Welcome back, everyone. Nadeed here. You can see it's a different scene in the background. I'm actually south of Namibia, Nadeed. One of the parks there in the south. I will include the video in the bottom side of the screen. Namibia, Windhoek, Namabrand. I'm here to check out, of course, learning how the solar cooker things work in the desert. If technology can survive in the Namib desert, we're not really blessed with a lot of rain throughout the whole course of the year. Certain parts receive more rain than others. But I'm actually mostly here for the solar array, but I will throw in a few bones here and there so you can be part of this present experience of mine. So the main attraction, the solar setup. These panels, they are amorphous solar panels. We have about 26, so that means in essence it should be 2.6 kilowatts. The sun rises in the east. We are south, so the angle of the sun is a bit off. Because in Windhoek, if I have to stand vertically, it would be somewhere around here. But let's go along. So let me start investigating the solar panels. As you can see, it's made out of glass. I'm not really a fan of this because, amorphous has a thing of whereby it doesn't like high temperatures. Maybe this was the only technology available back in the day when it was set up, but I'll take you shortly to the setup of how it's all set up, and I'll include, there's a solar geyser. Actually the water that we use here in the desert to take a shower, stuff like that. So let me quickly go to the diagram and I'll show you what I mean. Nadeed Center Solar Park. So this is what I showed you earlier. These bags of batteries, I understand Mr. Kevin is the gentleman of the husband of Miss Shirley, the lady that actually invited me for this. So these are the lead acid batteries. They are 910 amps for over 100 hours, 2 volts. I don't have access to actually go in there, but here's some of the specs. I'll take a picture and then I'll do a quick analysis. It's at 24 volts, 1500 charge cycles. Now this has been here for quite a while though. A farm not too far away from where I'm standing at this present moment told me that these batteries can actually last for up to 2-3 decades. He has a lot of experience with it. He doesn't have all the nitty-gritty juicy details that I actually wanted to get from him. So shout out to Mr. Andre. I told him, is it okay if I may give him a shout out on the channel? He said it's perfectly fine, no problem with that. So these batteries are actually located way in there, in that room, but I'll see if I can maybe get a video of it. Batteries are located in there. I'm really glad Outback is produced somewhere in Australia. These are awesome. Now Mr. Andre had something similar to that. We have the specs right there. I like the fact that they use Victron, so this lets me know that if these batteries are taken very well care of, I actually look forward to owning batteries like this. Low level, high level. I'll normally just keep it way at the top. And it's exactly as it appears. It's the way it appears right there in that room. I'll give you some more specs show momentarily. These are sexy. That's a sexy nonsense. These are 60 amp max 150 volt MPPT charge controllers made by Outback. The inverter, as you can see the specs, 24 volt, 3000 volts, or it's actually 3000 watts or 3 kilowatts. Call it as you want to. And what else is there? The battery monitor, I'll take you over there very shortly. I'm trying to keep myself. I might even give you a shot on how food is prepared on solar cookers, but this is the main attraction for me. This is the main attraction. Heading over to the battery room. Here's the battery monitor. Let me make sure. There we go. So currently it's at 88.5% state of charge. This is what the voltage now. So we got here on Monday. Today is Wednesday. I might include some extra details as we move along. I never saw these batteries go all the, like for a 12 volt, it's around the float voltage is normally around 13.8, so you take 13 by 2 and multiply it by 13.8 multiplied by 2, then you'll get what the rest float voltage of this is. I tried asking around for one of the Nadeed staff members. They're not really tech savvy like yourself, savvy in the context of going into great detail to attempt to understand how the system functions, but I never saw this say 28 point any higher than 28 for extended periods of time. Could be due to the energy usage inside, or for the fact that these panels are not ideally angled towards the sun. Remember the setup I have at home? It's on my playlist. I have two of them, one angled towards the east and the other one angled towards the west. And the reason I do that is to maximize, I can hear the sound to maximize the life of my lead acid batteries. This is nice. I actually get to see them. So there are the charge controllers, there you have your breakers, there's the inverter, distribution bar, that's what I think I want to call them, and these lead acid batteries. So these batteries, coming back to the batteries, they absorb very slowly the energy. That's why you get the bulk, you get the absorb. Now the bulk charge is normally from 0 to 80%. The absorb stage is actually the most important one, because this is where the battery gets to absorb the last 20% of its state of charge. I think these batteries are not really receiving that, even though we're in the desert and there's plenty of sun. Or it could be because of the panel that they are amorphous instead of being polycrystalline or monocrystalline batteries. And I'm excited about this. Mr. Kevin also told me that he prefers lithium iron phosphate because it's maintenance free. But then I told him let me see if I can get a close up to this. You can see there the platelets. Now these are 2 volt cells, rated at 910 amps each. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cells in series. So we have 6 cells in series, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 2 in parallel and 6 in series. So the state of is 28. Currently the power that's coming in. So this is how much amps got drawn since this morning, or since it was fully charged. I like this battery monitoring system. So let's see what else. 88.6% state of charge. Now lead acids, in my humble experience, or the way I normally use it, I don't like to go beyond the top 20% of it, because I'm a penny pincher. I want to get the most life out of my system. I know this is a common, the bare bone minimum. Okay, Mr. Kevin just told me that he also has his own solar setup. We are a community here on the YouTube channel. So pushing for 40%, but then I assume then the battery, the solar array must be capable of putting that back within the daylight hours during the day. Yeah, something like that. So let's keep moving. Let me see. So the energy that was consumed yesterday of the solar array, there's the specs. Monday was 8. So this is the reading we got when we got here yesterday. The day before yesterday, which is Monday, today's Wednesday, today's Tuesday. So we used about 6.4 kilowatts of energy. And then the battery state of charge the first night, which refers to Monday night, when we got here, was 100%, and then later that evening it read 79.8%, so it's about 20.2% that we actually used. Aha, solar cookers. Let me take you over there. The solar ovens. Stuff I've been theorizing for the most of my life. So in essence, how it basically works, light comes all the way from the sun. A reflective object, it goes inside the box. I'm not quite sure what that is in there. Then it creates a very warm, hot atmosphere, if you want to call it the same way global warming works. It's actually basically that's reproduced on the inside of that. So I think that might be bread for the day. Oh, looks like some juicy bread. actually a cake batter that we prepared. Now the students are encouraged to actually create like yesterday we had pizza. I might include a clip of that. Yesterday, like the different groups of students, each of them preparing the same recipe. But of course, the key is they should follow instructions, and it went down very nicely. I must say, it was very soft. It wasn't brittle. It wasn't cold. Wasn't dried out. I presume then it's because of the fact that you see the moisture here on the glass. Maybe it's keeping it moist, but baking it at the same time. So it went down awesomely. And maybe just a quick peek at this. Of course, I might include a footage of that. So let's see what happens. It's boiling, and that with the power of the sun. Very simple. Most oftenly, these are scrap material, and recycling is part of what we are doing here at Need. So it's an honor, it's a privilege to actually see this in person instead of just sitting home theorizing everything. So let's take another sample. Can you hear the sound? No. Just be gentle. Gentle. Be careful, put it down nicely. Again, the whole idea is light bounces off the reflective side of things. It hits against this metal pot, iron pot, and then the heat is absorbed. It's kind of like what you do with a what you call it, a magnifying lens. I know it was cruel in the past as a kid, but what I used to do was I took that magnifying glass and I created like a spot on the ends and I killed them. But those were my dumb years. So let me see what else is there. So you see, we're quite busy today. Let me take you over to this oven, solar oven. She says it's already doing its thing. So a greenhouse, yeah, that's the word I was looking for. A greenhouse effect is very good inside this. A few days ago, I was actually told that there's something called a hot box. Now, the idea of the hot box in the desert is it's basically the energy that was collected here in the food, whether it be chocolate cake. And everybody should love chocolate cake. Everybody should. Basically, keep like for cake, it doesn't really need to be kept that warm because in modern day society we have microwaves, we have air fryers, we have all those good things that we normally take electrons and to warm it up a bit. So in the desert, my thing is if it can survive, if the technology can survive in the Namibian desert, I never thought for the life of me that I'll actually have the privilege of taking these footages, taking these shots. So yeah, why am I rambling? So the hot box, basically it retains that heat. It acts like a microwave. So even after the sun goes down sets into the far west beyond this dune that's right here, it can actually remain warm up to 6-7 o'clock evening time for meal time. So the possibility does exist that I might replicate what I see here. Now it's basically something simple. I might just go in and show you. It's basically the similar box to this. I didn't see the inside, but the theory should hold true. Maybe reflective material, which is, I think this is made out of plywood, but it's definitely a hardwood. No, I think it's a standard wood that you use for roofing to hold the roof to the structure itself. And then it's like a solid piece of wood that basically just covered over to ensure that the heat doesn't escape. I don't think the smell escapes because I can't get any of that smell from the kitchen on the inside. So let me then quickly take you there and basically finish off this video. I don't think there's anything else, but I might have to go over there to the solar geyser. Let me do this. Let me take you to the hot box and I'll take you guys over to the solar geyser side of things. Because people are quite hyped up on the inside of actually getting to eat cake in the desert. I never thought I'd live long to actually experience that later today. Imagine pizza in the desert from the sun. Hey, you only live once, so you may as well go all at it, swing at the fences, and we actually instructed how to go about. Yeah, it's fun. Hold on. Miss Lulu gave me permission to check out the hot box. Even one of the students said no problem. So let's see what makes this thing tick. Woo! It's hardwood. You know definitely heat is going to be kept in there. It's very simple. It's a very basic structure. The wood is nice and hard. Nice. Very nice. Okay, so let's swing over to the solar thermal panels there at the geyser. See you guys shortly. So I believe there are newer technologies for this solar thermal geysers. So the idea here is the sunlight strikes the black material there at the back. You see the glass there on top. It insulates the heat and transfers the heat to the pipes. And here is the tank that basically stores all that hot water. I must say the showers here in the desert is quite warm. Not because of the direct sunlight, but because of the indirect energy that's actually collected in that solar thermal panel. It's an old school one, I think, but it's very much functional. So this is the end of this quick tour guide of mostly the solar panel setup. I'll see you guys in the next one.